Yo, welcome back to another episode of the SWOS. Do you remember when we just crushed Monday and crushed the weekend and everything was great? Well, last night sucked. Both MLB and NBA, rough nights. Gave a lot of units back, pretty pissed about it, but we're putting it in the past because we got 3 more playoff games tonight, full MLB slate. In this video in particular, talking Boston Celtics, Brooklyn Nets, Game 2. Let's go.
Welcome to the SWOS. The SWOS. SWOS. Hey, get the SWOS.
All right, Brooklyn on the road in Boston. Game 2, like I said, line is Celtics minus 3.5. Early action all over Brooklyn. I'm talking 75% of the money on the Nets. This is as of 11 p.m. last night. Yo, check this out, though. Let's fast forward through last night into this morning. The books moved the line up to 4 for a couple hours. Makes no sense. And then they move it back to 3.5. Money continues to come in on Brooklyn. 89% of the money on the Nets now. We're still looking at Boston minus 3.5. All right, no spreadsheet here like the other playoff games. We're just looking at the box score from game 1. And you can see the numbers jump right out at you. Brooklyn, very efficient shooting the ball in game 1 from mid-range and from 3. But if you scroll down and take a look at the rest of the game, Boston dominated most of the other statistical categories. Absolutely crushed it on the glass. Now, part of that might be because Drummond only played 19 minutes. He got into early foul trouble, but still dominated the rebound battle. Assists and turnovers, both those categories, slight edge to Boston. Now, scroll down here. Let's take a look at points in the paint. 56-32. At first glance, you're like, wow, the Celtics dominated the paint. That's partially true, but here's why I'm not taking those numbers that seriously. Number 1, the Nets don't attack the basket much. They haven't all year. Their offense revolves around the mid-range shot and outside shooting, so I expected the numbers to look like that before that game even tipped off. Number 2, like I said earlier, Andre Drummond did not play much at all, got into early foul trouble. Actually, Andre Drummond, from the 6-minute mark in the third quarter, he didn't play the rest of the game. Didn't see the floor once in the fourth quarter. All right, so where's the edge here? There's a lot of talking points in this game. Kyrie Irving snapped in game 1, both on and off the court. He flipped fans off. Jayson Tatum was great. We got the buzzer beater. Tons of stuff I could go into, but to me, the most impactful point here is Boston's defense on Kevin Durant. It wasn't that Durant was cold or had an off night or whatever you probably saw on Twitter. It was everywhere. It was the fact that Boston smothered this dude. It was clear that Udoka, the Celtics coach, by the way, who was the assistant coach on the Nets last year, is probably familiar with this offense. It was clear that his defensive game plan was remove Kevin Durant because he believes his guys can beat Kyrie and the rest of the squad. Turned out to be right in game 1, even though it was just by a sliver. Here's the thing that worries me about the Nets offense is they handled that extra pressure on Durant perfectly. I mean, they shot 54% from the floor, 46% from 3. They utilized that extra pressure on Durant to get good looks for the rest of the team, and it worked. So my question is, how can we expect Brooklyn's offense to be better in game 2 when I thought they played pretty perfectly in game 1? I mean, you know Boston's come with that pressure again. They're smothering Durant again. Not going to let him get comfortable. Not going to let him settle in at all. So are we expecting the rest of the team to shoot better than 54% from the floor, 46 from 3? I don't think you can expect that. You can't count on those numbers. On the other side, I think the ceiling for Boston's offense is much higher than what we saw in game 1. Since the All-Star break, Boston's number 5 in the NBA in 3-point shooting. They could definitely shoot better than 36%. In conclusion, I'm using a little bit of the law of averages here. I think Brooklyn's shooting comes down. Boston's shooting goes up. I think the Celtics win this pretty comfortably. Give me Boston minus 3.5. I like this bet. Let's lock it in. Final ticket posted on KyleKirms.com and the Sauce Network app. We're looking to bounce back and grab those units lost from last night. And I'm going to do it. I promise. I'll get those back. Posting them around 5:30 p.m. There'll also be picks for every single sport on there. Make sure you check it out. Also, if there's any crazy last-minute changes, injury updates, money shift, line movement, anything like that, I will definitely keep you posted on my Twitter, Instagram story, and Facebook. So make sure you check one of those 3 platforms before you place your bets. Nets, Celtics, game 2. 3 more playoff games. This has been a great start. Tons of playoff basketball left, and I'm already having a blast. Let's make some money tonight. I'll talk to you on Twitter.